picture yourself on a boat in the midst of a raging storm, with fierce winds, towering waves, and darkness everywhere. This is what life can feel like in our modern world, with its constant demands, pressures, and uncertainties. You might feel like you are drowning and losing your way, but what if I told you that there is a way to not only survive the storm, but to thrive in it? That is the power of mastering emotional resilience, a skill that has been praised for centuries by philosophers and thinkers, especially the Stoics. Let's start our journey by exploring what emotional resilience really means and why it is so important in today's fast-paced, chaotic world. Emotional resilience is the ability to adapt to stressful situations and cope with life's challenges. It is not about avoiding or suppressing emotions, but about managing and expressing them in healthy ways. Emotional resilience helps you to bounce back from adversity, learn from your experiences, and grow as a person. Emotional resilience is important for dealing with the challenges of life, because life is full of uncertainty, change, and difficulty. Whether it is a personal crisis, a professional setback, a global pandemic, or a natural disaster, life can throw unexpected and overwhelming obstacles at you. If you are not emotionally resilient, you may feel helpless, hopeless, or overwhelmed. You may also experience negative emotions such as stress, anxiety, anger, sadness, or fear that can affect your mental and physical health. However, if you are emotionally resilient, you can face the challenges of life with courage, confidence, and optimism. Emotional resilience is not a fixed trait that you either have or don't have. It is a skill that you can learn and improve over time. By practicing emotional resilience, you can not only survive the challenges of life, but also thrive and flourish. You can also enhance your well-being, happiness, and fulfillment. Emotional resilience is the key to living a resilient life. Some inspiring examples of Stoics who have shown emotional resilience in their lives are Marcus Aurelius. He was a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher who dealt with many challenges during his rule, such as wars, plagues, and political intrigues. He wrote his Meditations as a personal diary, where he shared how his Stoic principles helped him cope with his difficulties. He focused on his own actions and judgments, accepted what he could not change, and lived according to his nature and reason. He also expressed gratitude for the people and things in his life, and tried to be compassionate and forgiving towards others. He showed us how to be a leader and a learner, and how to live with dignity and wisdom. Epictetus. He was a former slave and a Stoic teacher who suffered from physical disability and poverty. He taught that the only thing under our control is our own will, and that we should not be attached to external things that can be taken away from us. He also taught that we should view everything that happens to us as an opportunity to practice virtue and wisdom. He said that we should not fear or avoid pain, but rather embrace it as a part of life and a chance to grow. He also said that we should not complain or blame others, but rather take responsibility for our own choices and actions. He showed us how to be free and happy, and how to live with courage and responsibility. Seneca. He was a Roman statesman, orator, and dramatist who was also a Stoic philosopher. He faced many trials and tribulations in his life, such as exile, illness, and political persecution. He wrote many essays and letters on Stoic topics, such as anger, grief, happiness, and death. He advised his readers to live a simple and moderate life, to avoid being swayed by emotions and passions, and to prepare for adversity and misfortune. He also advocated for a rational and ethical approach to life, and for a detachment from worldly pleasures and possessions. He committed suicide by order of Emperor Nero, whom he had tutored and advised, and whom he was accused of conspiring against. He showed us how to be calm and composed, and how to live with justice and temperance. These are some of the Stoics who have applied emotional resilience to their lives, and who can inspire us to do the same. They have faced and overcome many challenges and difficulties, and have lived with virtue and wisdom. They have taught us how to master our emotions, how to cope with stress and uncertainty, and how to find meaning and purpose in our lives. They have shown us the power of emotional resilience and how it can help us live a happy and meaningful life. In this video, I will demonstrate how to use the core principles of Stoicism, as well as some practical tips and exercises to build and improve your emotional resilience. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, which means that there are things that are under our control and things that are not. The things that are under our control are our own thoughts, feelings, and actions, while the things that are not under our control are external events, circumstances, and outcomes. Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot, and to not let our happiness depend on external factors. This principle relates to emotional resilience because it helps us to cope with stress and uncertainty, and to avoid being frustrated, disappointed, or angry by things that are beyond our power. The dichotomy of control is based on the idea that we are responsible only for our own actions and judgments, and that we should not worry about things that are outside our sphere of influence. As Epictetus, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, said, "Some things are up to us, and some are not up to us. Our opinions are up to us, and our impulses, desires, aversions. In short, whatever is our own doing. Our bodies are not up to us, nor are our possessions, our reputations, or our public offices, or that is, whatever is not our own doing." According to this view, we should focus our attention and energy on the things that are up to us, such as our thoughts, feelings, and actions, and try to improve them and make them consistent with our values and goals. We should also be indifferent to the things that are not up to us, such as the weather, the economy, or the actions of other people, and accept them as they are, without trying to change them or resist them. We should also not base our happiness or self-worth on the things that are not up to us, such as our wealth, fame, or health, because they are unstable and unreliable and can be taken away from us at any moment. By focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot, we can reduce our stress and anxiety and increase our peace and tranquility. We can also avoid being affected by negative emotions such as anger, fear, or sadness that can cloud your judgment and impair your performance. We can also increase our self-confidence and self-esteem by knowing that we are in charge of our own happiness and well-being, and that we can handle any situation that comes our way. Another core principle of Stoicism is living in accordance with nature, which means living in harmony with the natural order of the universe, with our own rational nature, and with our social nature. Stoics believe that the universe is governed by a rational and providential force called Logos, which gives everything its purpose and meaning. Stoics also believe that humans have a rational and moral nature, which allows them to use reason and logic to guide their actions and decisions. Stoics also believe that humans have a social nature, which means that they are part of a larger community and have duties and responsibilities towards others. Living in accordance with nature means aligning our actions and decisions with the Logos, our reason, and our social obligations. This principle relates to emotional resilience because it helps us to find meaning and purpose in our lives, to act with virtue and wisdom, and to cultivate positive relationships with others. Living in accordance with nature is based on the idea that we are part of a larger whole, and that we should live in harmony with it rather than against it. As Marcus Aurelius, another famous Stoic philosopher and a Roman emperor, said, "Everything is interwoven, and the web is holy. None of its parts are unconnected. They are composed harmoniously, and together they compose the world." According to this view, we should live in harmony with the natural order of the universe, which is rational, orderly, and good. We should also live in harmony with our own rational nature, which is the best and most distinctive part of us. We should use our reason and logic to understand the nature of things and to make sound judgments. We should also live in harmony with our social nature, which is the second best part of us. We should treat others with respect and kindness and cooperate with them for the common good. We should also fulfill our roles and duties in society and contribute to the well-being of others. By living in harmony with the natural order of the universe, we can find meaning and purpose in our lives and see everything that happens to us as part of a larger plan. We can also accept the things that are not under our control and trust that they are for the best. By living in harmony with our own rational nature, we can act with virtue and wisdom and make decisions that are in line with our values and goals. We can also avoid being swayed by emotions and passions and maintain a calm and balanced state of mind. By living in harmony with our social nature, we can cultivate positive relationships with others and enjoy the benefits of friendship and love. We can also help others and receive help from them and feel a sense of belonging and connection. A third core principle of Stoicism is cultivating the four cardinal virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom is the ability to use reason and logic to understand the nature of things and to make sound judgments. Courage is the ability to face and overcome fear, pain, and difficulty. Justice is the ability to treat others fairly and impartially, and to uphold moral and social values. Temperance is the ability to control and moderate our desires and impulses, and to avoid excess and indulgence. Stoics believe that these four virtues are the foundation of a good and happy life, and that they can be practiced and improved by anyone. This principle relates to emotional resilience because it helps us to develop our character and moral strength, to act with integrity and dignity, and to achieve a balance and harmony in our lives. Cultivating the four cardinal virtues is based on the idea that we should strive to be the best version of ourselves and to live according to our rational and moral nature. As Seneca, another famous Stoic philosopher and a Roman statesman, said, "Virtue is nothing else than the right reason." According to this view, we should cultivate wisdom, which is the highest and most important virtue and the source of all the other virtues. We should use our reason and logic to understand the nature of things and to make sound judgments. We should also seek knowledge and truth and avoid ignorance and error. We should also cultivate courage, which is the virtue that enables us to face and overcome fear, pain, and difficulty. We should not be afraid of the things that are not under our control or of the things that are inevitable, such as death. We should also not be afraid of the things that are under our control, such as our actions and decisions. We should also cultivate justice, which is the virtue that enables us to treat others fairly and impartially, and to uphold moral and social values. We should not harm or exploit others or violate their rights or dignity. We should also not be selfish or greedy or seek our own advantage at the expense of others. We should also cultivate temperance, which is the virtue that enables us to control and moderate our desires and impulses, and to avoid excess and indulgence. We should not be enslaved by our emotions and passions or by our bodily needs and pleasures. We should also not be attached to external things, such as wealth, fame, or power, or let them influence our happiness or self-worth. By practicing the four cardinal virtues, We can improve our understanding and judgment and make better decisions. We can also avoid being deceived or misled by false or misleading information or by our own biases or prejudices. We can face and overcome our fears and difficulties and achieve our goals and aspirations. We can also cope with the challenges and uncertainties of life and grow from our experiences. We can improve our relationships and interactions with others and enjoy the benefits of cooperation and harmony. We can also contribute to the well-being and happiness of others and feel a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. We can improve our self-control and self-discipline and achieve a balance and harmony in our lives. We can also avoid the negative consequences of excess and indulgence, such as addiction, illness, or regret. These are some of the core principles of Stoicism and how they relate to emotional resilience. By applying these principles to our daily lives, we can learn how to master emotional resilience and how to stay strong and calm in a chaotic world. Here are some practical tips and exercises for applying Stoicism to your daily life, which can help you practice the core principles of Stoicism and develop emotional resilience. Practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment with an open and non-judgmental attitude. Mindfulness can help you focus on what you can control and accept what you cannot, and to avoid being distracted or disturbed by external things or internal emotions. Mindfulness can also help you live in accordance with nature by helping you align your actions and decisions with your reason and values. Mindfulness can also help you cultivate the 4 cardinal virtues by helping you improve your understanding and judgment, face your fears and difficulties, treat others with respect and kindness, and control and moderate your desires and impulses. To practice mindfulness, you can try the following exercises. Meditation. Meditation is a technique of focusing your attention on a chosen object, such as your breath, a word, or a sensation, and observing your thoughts and feelings without reacting to them. Meditation can help you calm your mind, reduce your stress and anxiety, and increase your awareness and clarity. You can meditate for a few minutes or longer, depending on your preference and availability. You can also use guided meditations, such as the ones available on this website, to help you get started. Mindful breathing. Mindful breathing is a simple exercise of paying attention to your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Mindful breathing can help you relax your body, calm your emotions, and focus your mind. You can practice mindful breathing anytime and anywhere by taking a few deep and slow breaths and noticing the sensations of your breathing. You can also use mindful breathing as a way of coping with stressful or challenging situations by taking a pause and breathing mindfully before you react or respond. Mindful observation. Mindful observation is an exercise of paying attention to the details of your surroundings, such as the sights, sounds, smells, or textures. Mindful observation can help you appreciate the beauty and wonder of the world and to connect with your senses and your environment. You can practice mindful observation by choosing an object, such as a flower, a leaf, or a cloud, and observing it closely for a few minutes, noticing its shape, color, texture, movement, or smell. You can also practice mindful observation by taking a walk in nature and observing the different elements of the natural world, such as the trees, the birds, or the sky. Journaling. Journaling is the practice of writing down your thoughts and feelings, either on paper or on a digital device. Journaling can help you reflect on your experiences and emotions and to process them in a healthy and constructive way. Journaling can also help you live in accordance with nature by helping you examine your actions and decisions and to evaluate them according to your reason and values. Journaling can also help you cultivate the 4 cardinal virtues by helping you improve your understanding and judgment, face your fears and difficulties, treat others with fairness and compassion, and control and moderate your desires and impulses. To practice journaling, you can try the following exercises. Morning pages. Morning pages are a technique of writing 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing every morning as soon as you wake up. Morning pages can help you clear your mind, express your emotions, and prepare for the day ahead. You can write about anything that comes to your mind without worrying about grammar, spelling, or structure. You can also use morning pages as a way of setting your intentions and goals for the day and to plan your actions and decisions. Evening review. Evening review is a technique of writing a brief summary of your day every evening before you go to bed. Evening review can help you review your experiences and emotions and to learn from them. You can write about what you did, what you felt, what you learned, and what you are grateful for. You can also use evening review as a way of evaluating your actions and decisions and to see if they were in line with your reason and values. You can also use evening review as a way of acknowledging your mistakes and failures and to forgive yourself and others. Stoic journal. Stoic journal is a technique of writing a specific question or prompt every day based on the Stoic principles and teachings. Stoic journal can help you apply the Stoic philosophy to your daily life and to develop your Stoic mindset and attitude. You can use the questions or prompts from this website or from this book, or you can create your own. You can write your answer or response to the question or prompt and try to be honest and sincere. You can also use Stoic journal as a way of challenging yourself and improving yourself and to practice the 4 cardinal virtues. Reframing negative thoughts. Reframing negative thoughts is the practice of changing the way you think about a situation or an event by replacing negative or irrational thoughts with positive or rational thoughts. Reframing negative thoughts can help you cope with stress and uncertainty and to avoid being affected by negative emotions such as anger, fear, or sadness. Reframing negative thoughts can also help you live in accordance with nature by helping you align your thoughts and feelings with your reason and values. Reframing negative thoughts can also help you cultivate the 4 cardinal virtues by helping you improve your understanding and judgment, face your fears and difficulties, treat others with respect and kindness, and control and moderate your desires and impulses. To practice reframing negative thoughts, you can try the following exercises. Cognitive restructuring. Cognitive restructuring is a technique of identifying and challenging your negative or irrational thoughts and replacing them with positive or rational thoughts. Cognitive restructuring can help you reduce your stress and anxiety and increase your peace and tranquility. You can practice cognitive restructuring by following these steps. Identify your negative or irrational thought, such as, "I am a failure," "I can't do anything right," or "everyone hates me." Challenge your negative or irrational thought by asking yourself questions such as, "Is this thought true? Is this thought helpful?" Or, "What is the evidence for or against this thought?" Replace your negative or irrational thought with a positive or rational thought, such as, "I am not a failure. I have achieved many things in my life. I can do many things right. I just need to practice and learn from my mistakes." Or, "Not everyone hates me. I have many people who care about me and support me." Stoic perspective. Stoic perspective is a technique of viewing a situation or an event from a Stoic point of view by using the Stoic principles and teachings. Stoic perspective can help you cope with adversity and misfortune, and to see them as opportunities to practice virtue and wisdom. You can practice Stoic perspective by following these steps. Identify the situation or the event that is causing you distress, such as losing your job, getting sick, or breaking up with your partner. View the situation or the event from a Stoic point of view by using the Stoic principles and teachings, such as the dichotomy of control, living in accordance with nature, and cultivating the 4 cardinal virtues. For example, you can say to yourself, "This situation or event is not under my control, and I should accept it as it is, without trying to change it or resist it. I should focus on what I can control, which is my own thoughts, feelings, and actions, and try to improve them and make them consistent with my values and goals. This situation or event is part of the natural order of the universe, and it has a purpose and a meaning. I should trust that it is for the best, and that it is an opportunity to practice virtue and wisdom. I should align my actions and decisions with the logos, my reason, and my social obligations. This situation or event is a chance to practice the 4 cardinal virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. I should use my reason and logic to understand the nature of things and to make sound judgments. I should face and overcome my fear, pain, and difficulty. I should treat others fairly and impartially and uphold moral and social values. I should control and moderate my desires and impulses and avoid excess and indulgence. Facing adversity with a growth mindset. Facing adversity with a growth mindset is the practice of viewing challenges and difficulties as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as threats or failures. Facing adversity with a growth mindset can help you cope with stress and uncertainty, and to avoid being discouraged or defeated by negative emotions, such as anger, fear, or sadness. Facing adversity with a growth mindset can also help you live in accordance with nature by helping you align your actions and decisions with your reason and values. Facing adversity with a growth mindset can also help you cultivate the 4 cardinal virtues by helping you improve your understanding and judgment, face your fears and difficulties, treat others with respect and kindness, and control and moderate your desires and impulses. To practice facing adversity with a growth mindset, you can try the following exercises. Learning from failure. Learning from failure is a technique of viewing failure as a feedback rather than as a setback, and using it to improve your performance and skills. Learning from failure can help you reduce your stress and anxiety and increase your confidence and motivation. You can practice learning from failure by following these steps. Identify your failure, such as failing a test, losing a game, or making a mistake. Analyze your failure by asking yourself questions such as, what went wrong? What can I learn from this? Or, what can I do differently next time? Improve your performance and skills by applying what you learned from your failure and by practicing and seeking feedback. You can also set realistic and specific goals and track your progress and achievements. You can also celebrate your successes and reward yourself for your efforts and improvements. Seeking challenges. Seeking challenges is a technique of choosing tasks and activities that are slightly above your current level of ability, rather than below or equal to it. Seeking challenges can help you increase your competence and confidence and expand your potential and possibilities. You can practice seeking challenges by following these steps. Identify your current level of ability, such as your knowledge, skills, or talents in a certain domain, such as academics, sports, or arts. Choose a task or an activity that is slightly above your current level of ability, such as a harder problem, a faster opponent, or a more complex project. You can also use the zone of proximal development model, which is the range of tasks that are too difficult for you to do alone, but possible for you to do with some guidance or assistance. Attempt the task or the activity by using your existing abilities and by seeking guidance or assistance from others, such as teachers, coaches, or peers. You can also use online resources, such as this website, to help you learn new skills or concepts. Evaluate your performance and skills by asking yourself questions such as, what did I do well? What did I struggle with? Or, what can I improve on? You can also seek feedback from others, such as teachers, coaches, or peers, and listen to their suggestions and criticisms. Repeat the process by choosing a new task or activity that is slightly above your current level of ability, and by attempting, evaluating, and improving your performance and skills. By practicing these tips and exercises, you can learn how to master emotional resilience and how to stay strong and calm in a chaotic world. Here are some examples of how Stoicism can help you cope with specific challenges such as stress, anxiety, anger, grief, and fear of death. Stress. Stress is the feeling of being overwhelmed or under pressure by the demands or expectations of life. Stress can affect your mental and physical health and impair your performance and well-being. Stoicism can help you cope with stress by helping you focus on what you can control and accept what you cannot, and by helping you align your actions and decisions with your reason and values. Some Stoic practices that can help you cope with stress are practicing the dichotomy of control. This is the practice of distinguishing between the things that are under your control and the things that are not, and focusing your attention and energy on the former and accepting the latter as they are. This can help you reduce your stress by helping you avoid being frustrated, disappointed, or angry by things that are beyond your power, and by helping you avoid being distracted or disturbed by external things or internal emotions. You can practice the dichotomy of control by asking yourself questions such as, is this thing under my control or not? What can I do about this thing? Or, how can I accept this thing as it is? Practicing zooming out. This is the practice of zooming out from your situation and viewing it from a broader and higher perspective, such as from the point of view of the universe, the earth, or human history. This can help you cope with stress by helping you put your situation into context and perspective, and by helping you see the bigger picture and the long-term consequences. You can practice zooming out by imagining yourself rising above your situation and looking at it from a distance and asking yourself questions such as, how big is this thing in relation to the whole universe? How long will this thing last in relation to the whole human history? Or, how important is this thing in relation to the whole human society? Anxiety. Anxiety is the feeling of being nervous or worried about something that is uncertain or unknown. Anxiety can affect your mental and physical health and impair your performance and well-being. Stoicism can help you cope with anxiety by helping you use your reason and logic to understand the nature of things and to make sound judgments, and by helping you face and overcome your fear, pain, and difficulty. Some Stoic practices that can help you cope with anxiety are practicing cognitive restructuring. This is the practice of identifying and challenging your negative or irrational thoughts and replacing them with positive or rational thoughts. This can help you cope with anxiety by helping you reduce your stress and anxiety and increase your peace and tranquility. You can practice cognitive restructuring by following these steps. Identify your negative or irrational thought, such as, "I will fail this test," "I will embarrass myself in this presentation," or "I will never find love." Challenge your negative or irrational thought by asking yourself questions such as, "Is this thought true? Is this thought helpful?" Or, "What is the evidence for or against this thought?" Replace your negative or irrational thought with a positive or rational thought, such as, "I have studied well for this test," "I have prepared well for this presentation," or "I have many qualities that make me lovable." Practicing premeditation of evils. This is the practice of imagining the worst-case scenarios that can happen to you and preparing yourself for them mentally and emotionally. This can help you cope with anxiety by helping you face and overcome your fear, pain, and difficulty, and by helping you reduce the impact of negative events on your happiness and well-being. You can practice premeditation of evils by following these steps. Imagine the worst-case scenario that can happen to you, such as dying from a disease, an accident, or a crime. Imagine how you would feel and react to that scenario, such as feeling scared, sad, or angry, or crying, yelling, or giving up. Imagine how you would cope with that scenario using your reason and logic, your coping skills, and your support system, such as thinking rationally and positively, solving problems, seeking help, or expressing gratitude. Anger. Anger is the feeling of being annoyed or resentful towards someone or something that you perceive as unfair, unjust, or harmful. Anger can affect your mental and physical health and impair your performance and well-being. Stoicism can help you cope with anger by helping you control and moderate your emotions and impulses, and by helping you treat others fairly and impartially, and uphold moral and social values. Some Stoic practices that can help you cope with anger are practicing temperance. This is the practice of controlling and moderating your desires and impulses and avoiding excess and indulgence. This can help you cope with anger by helping you avoid being enslaved by your emotions and passions, or by your bodily needs and pleasures. You can practice temperance by asking yourself questions such as, "Do I really need this thing? Is this thing good for me? Or is this thing in line with my values and goals?" Practicing justice. This is the practice of treating others fairly and impartially, and upholding moral and social values. This can help you cope with anger by helping you avoid harming or exploiting others, or violating their rights or dignity. You can practice justice by asking yourself questions such as, "How would I want to be treated in this situation? What are the rights and duties of both parties in this situation?" Or, "What are the consequences of my actions for myself and others?" In this video, you learn how to master emotional resilience, which is the ability to bounce back from stress, challenges, and negative emotions. The main points of the video are: emotional resilience is not something you are born with, but something you can learn and develop. And one of the best ways to learn emotional resilience is to practice Stoicism, which is not about being emotionless or indifferent, but about being rational and virtuous. Stoicism has three core principles: the dichotomy of control, living in accordance with nature, and cultivating the four cardinal virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These principles can help you cope with stress and uncertainty, and to avoid being affected by negative emotions such as anger, fear, or sadness. Stoicism also has some practical tips and exercises for applying it to your daily life, such as practicing mindfulness, journaling, reframing negative thoughts, and facing adversity with a growth mindset. These tips and exercises can help you improve your understanding and judgment, face your fears and difficulties, treat others with respect and kindness, and control and moderate your desires and impulses. Stoicism also has some examples of how it can help you cope with specific challenges, such as stress, anxiety, anger, grief, and fear of death. These examples can help you see how Stoicism can help you in different situations and how you can apply it to your own life and improve your mental health and well-being. The benefits of Stoicism and emotional resilience for mental health and well-being are: by practicing Stoicism and emotional resilience, you can not only survive the challenges of life, but also thrive and flourish. You can also enhance your well-being, happiness, and fulfillment. By practicing Stoicism and emotional resilience, you can also develop your character and moral strength to act with integrity and dignity, and to achieve a balance and harmony in your life. By practicing Stoicism and emotional resilience, you can also find meaning and purpose in your life, to align your actions and decisions with your reason and values, and to contribute to the well-being and happiness of others. I hope you have enjoyed this video and that you have learned something useful and interesting. I hope you will try out the Stoic practices and exercises and share your feedback and experiences with me. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. See you in the next video.